Hi guys, welcome to the channel, and in this video it's going to be a really quick tutorial looking at how to see the original version of a photo you are editing in Lightroom. This is also sometimes called the before and after. It's really quick and simple and is such a useful tool when you're working on a photo or a load of photos to very quickly be able to flip back and just see what version of the image you started with before you started to develop it. So for this, I'm going to use this image highlighted here, number 164, and I'm going to just jump into the Develop tab. And then just for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to play around with a few of these Develop sliders on the right-hand side so we can see the difference in effects. So I'm going to take the exposure up a little bit. Let's crank the contrast nice and high. And this is not going to be a masterpiece. It's just kind of illustrating a point. Maybe take the highlights down a touch, take the shadows down a load so those white shirts really pop, and maybe just touch the clarity up. So I've made that photo look absolutely horrendous, but it is going to work a treat for this tutorial. So let's say this is a masterpiece and I've been working on this image and just want to see how this image started out before I started to use all of these different develop sliders in the basic tab on the right hand side. And the first way you can do this is if you look at the word basic here and then just go to the left hand side of that panel, you've got this little eye symbol, which you've probably never noticed before. If you click on that and hold your mouse button in, it's going to revert back to the version of the photo before you started editing. Now, when you release the mouse button, it comes back to the current version. So that's the first way that you can do it. Alternatively, you can click and hold the backslash button on your keyboard. This will also add the illustration at the top that this is the before version of the photo. And when you release the backslash button, then it goes back to the version you're working on. So if I just toggle between them, there again. And then another really helpful thing I like to do sometimes is compare the version of the image you're working on versus the original. And to do this, again, it's one simple keystroke. On your keyboard, hit the letter Y. And there we go, Lightroom gives you a version of the photo, the original versus the one you're working on left to right, and it labels it up at the top here, before and after. And I find that a really useful tool to be able to just use every now and then when I'm editing a load of photos, usually at pitch side, covering professional football. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you in this tutorial. I hope that is useful and it's something you'll get some use out of. I'd love you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Certainly go check it out, and I hope to see you on the next video.